All right, guys, welcome back into another episode to the Show Baseball Podcast presented by Beyond the Monster. I am your host, Andrew Parker. Today's episode, we are diving into the Los Angeles Angels organization. I got Sammy Peralta on, and Sammy has a very, very, very unique journey to where he has been now. He started this year in the Mexican League, and he ended up getting signed by the Angels, and he just won Pitcher of the Month in the PCL. So he is absolutely on fire right now. So I do talk to him a little bit about, his good month that he had in July and winning the PCL Pitcher of the Month, which is not easy to do because the ball absolutely flies up there. So we do talk about a little bit of that. And obviously he had made his big league debut with the White Sox in the previous couple seasons. So we do kind of talk about what it's going to take for him to get back up there and kind of look into the rest of the year for him. But before I dive into the interview, whether you are watching me on YouTube right now, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you are listening, please, please, please like, subscribe. Making a big push right now on the YouTube channel. It is free to subscribe there. So I very much appreciate any and all subscriptions there. But without further ado, let me shoot you on to the interview with Sammy Peralta. All right, I am joined by Sammy Peralta, and I want to start right where I kind of reached out to you for, and why you're on this show is because you were just named the Pitcher of the Month for the PCL for your month of July that you had, and I want to start there. I guess how was July for you? What was working for you this past month?
Started the year out in Mexico and just focused on trying to focus on my process instead of worrying about results. And everything just kind of snowballed from there. I mean, I had a couple shaky outings when I first got here, but in May. But June everything started working, kicking up. And then July, I just kept doing what I've been doing, focusing on throwing strikes, giving my team a chance to get ahead and get outs. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned already that you started off the year in Mexico, and I have a good friend of this show, and he's actually a co-host once the Mexican season is over. But Josh Lester, he's down there absolutely raking in the Mexican League, so he's always telling me about all the guys he's facing and everything. And for yourself, what was that experience like for you, just getting a chance to go down there? Obviously, kind of get back on the radar for a shot at affiliate ball again. Like, what was your experience like down there?
It was cool because I got to experience a different side of baseball. I mean, I played in winter ball before, so it's kind of similar to that, where every day is just about winning. Guys down there, they just want to win. They want to provide for their families. Over here, it's more about development, trying to get better, trying to get to the big leagues. A lot of younger guys over here too. So it kind of helped me get back to the basics, which is winning baseball games, focusing on giving our team a shot. And I just brought that mentality over here and been sticking with it ever since.
Did it kind of catch you by surprise, when the Angels did reach out to you to come back to affiliate ball, or was that something that, you had some ongoing talks with teams, or I guess, how did that process work when you were down there and they ended up offering you a contract?
So I was pitching well. I was also a starter over there. So there was a couple teams showing interest, but the Angels were the first one to send over a contract and give me the opportunity. So I went with it right away.
What did you, you said you had a couple teams. What did you like about, the Angels and I guess their offer to you?
First team to offer, like actual
Oh,
make
there it
offer.
is.
So yeah, I wasn't gonna lose that opportunity. I went with it, and I'm just grateful to the organization to give me another shot over here in the States.
So, I do want to ask about this. Obviously, you have MLB time. You've already gone through the making the debut, and you're a big leaguer. Like you've had time now. What kind of things have you kind of taken from that experience? Obviously, getting some time in 23 and 24 up at the major league level, but what have you taken since that time that you've been up there to kind of work your way back? Like, what have you noticed by yourself that you need to do to get back to that position?
For me, it's mostly confidence in myself. I'm not a flamethrower. I can throw 100. Uh, I do need to have more confidence in my ability to strike people out and to get outs in general. But I did take the opportunity this year in Mexico and here so far to like push myself to try to throw harder. So like I'm trying to be more consistent with my velocity, stay at 91, 92 if possible. In the past I've been like 89, 90. So that's what I've been working on for the most part.
And you spent so many years in Chicago in the White Sox system, to begin your career since you were drafted in 2019. Um, Now you're in a new organization. Obviously, we talked about you had the Mexican League experience and all that, but what have you noticed about a change in organization, like the way the White Sox do things compared to the way the Angels do things is probably at least a little different, if not very different. So what have you kind of noticed about the pitching philosophies and development? Like, has there been a lot of different tweaks to your arsenal and everything since you joined?
I mean, as an older guy, like and a free agent signing, I kind of just do my own thing for the most part. Uh, I just try to stick with my routine and uh, develop as I go with my personal experiences. Um, with the Sox, they're kind of similar. You get a lot of opportunity. You're gonna be able to show what you got, but you also have to perform, and that's the expectation over here. So uh, I would say that, in my opinion, I've seen a lot of similarities. Um, but yeah, I just kind of try to do my own thing and just stick with my process.
So, your experience in AAA, you've obviously had a taste over the last few years when you were in Charlotte and out in the International League, but pitching in the PCL is a bit of a challenge,
Yeah,
and it's to say the least. The ball kind of flies out there, and
yeah.
you're having success, so you're obviously doing something right. But have you noticed a little bit of, I guess when you first got there to Salt Lake, just kind of noticed the ball does fly a little bit. You could get yourself into a little more trouble. Like, how do you adjust to those situations?
I mean, the biggest thing I try to think about is to not worry about the elevation at all. Like, imagine that it's not even there. Uh, you get that in your mind, stuck in your mind, then you're gonna start making mistakes, and you're gonna try to be too fine when you don't have to be. Uh, as well as using the inside corner a lot, using the whole plate, making sure that you're making guys uncomfortable in their at bats, and not letting them have easy at bats. I mean, I go deep into the count a lot, so I end up 2-2, 3-2 a lot where I don't want to be, but I'm not afraid to just keep throwing strikes and making them more uncomfortable. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. And like you said, like the ball flies here, but it is what it is. You got to focus on what you can control, and if the ball leaves, they hit a home run off of you. I mean, to hit. So it is what it is.
And so, I'd already mentioned earlier, it's like you're coming off of the pitcher of the month there in the PCL, which obviously is a good endorsement for your game right now. But for you to replicate that and just have a similar month in the month of August, like, what do you need to do as a pitcher to have the same results you had in the month of July?
Just stick with my process. I mean, just keep going. Not focusing on. I would like to relish in an accomplishment like that. It's a big honor, and I've never had something like that happen to me in my career. But I mean, there's 2 months left. There's a lot of baseball left, and I got to show that I can be consistent and just keep doing what I've been doing. So it's a great honor. I'm really thankful and proud of myself. But I just want to keep going and keep pitching.
All right, so I'm going a little off the diamond here. I saw on your baseball reference page that it said you were born in New York, and I don't know where you call home in the off season. I'm not sure if you still say New York's home or wherever it is, but I would assume it's not Utah.
No, no.
So is
Uh,
this the first time you'd ever been out there before?
no, I came here. My first time coming to Utah was when I was in the Pioneer League in 19. I
Oh,
was with
okay.
the Great Falls Voyagers, and then last year I came with. I had like a 2 month stint with the Mariners in AAA in Tacoma. We came and played a series here as well.
What are your thoughts on like the West Coast life and all that? Because are you an East Coast guy? Like,
Yeah,
okay, same
I'm a
here.
Florida guy, so like I
Oh,
grew
okay.
up in like the South Florida area. Um, it's cool. It's a little dry, and I like the beach a lot. So, I mean, the mountains are cool. I like that a lot. I like to see the mountains and all that, and it's very like a lot of nature everywhere. So if you like hiking and all that, it's pretty cool. But besides that, I miss the beach.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little different. I feel like Utah, like you said, it's like, the mountains are cool. If you're into like all that kind of stuff, but I'm with you. I think I'm a very much an East Coast guy, a Florida guy.
Yeah,
That's how I feel too. But all right, so something I did want to show some love. Obviously, we were talking a little bit before I started recording, but your stomping ground. I want to talk about University of Tampa. You won a championship there with our good pal and friend of the show, Drew Earhart. So I did want to shout out Tampa. What was your experience like playing there? Because Drew obviously is. I think he's like when he stopped playing at Tampa. I think he was like third all time in hits for the level. So for you, what was your experience like playing there?
I mean, coming from two JUCOs and being like not even a prospect in high school or nothing like that. When I got there, Urso and Militello and Jose, great guys. The best in college baseball, if you ask me. They really showed me how to be a winner. Like it was perform. We're here to win a championship, and that was the only goal. And it the results are everywhere. I mean, we got Jordan Leisure with the White Sox and Anthony Nunez with the Orioles now. There's a lot of guys from UT that are playing at a high level, and they're showing what we're really about. And yeah, it's just in the pedigree.
So, your experience in college is very, very different than a lot of other guys. Obviously, you see like, a lot of guys getting drafted these days. They're SEC guys, they're whatever, ACC, Big Ten, whatever it is. For yourself, going to, having the two JUCOs experience to Tampa, do you think that prepped you at all for what was in store in professional baseball where, once you get to affiliate ball, once you start a rookie ball and all that, like, do you think that college experience and route that you took prepared you better for what you had in store for yourself in affiliate ball?
For sure. I've never been highly touted prospect or anything like that. I've always been kind of the underdog, and I it's always kind of given me a chip on my shoulder. But I like being the underdog. I like proving people wrong. Um, and going to two JUCOs and obviously a D2, but a powerhouse D2 at that. Uh, it really taught me how to deal with adversity and how to bounce back from tough times and hard situations in pro ball where I feel like if I didn't have those experiences, maybe I would have folded. Maybe I would have just gave in to the pressure of performing at such a high level.
Yeah, I kind of like your journey a little better than let's just say the big draftee from an SEC school. It's like, come on, man. Like the
I appreciate
JUCOs
that.
and D2, I love that. I mean, it's what makes like baseball unique, right? It's like
Yeah,
no two journeys are the same.
for sure.
And you're like the shining example of that. I love it. All right, I got a couple more questions left here, and I will let you slide.
Yeah,
You're very well experienced in the minor league baseball schedule, and obviously you have an off day every single Monday. What are you doing on the Monday off day? What do you do in your free time?
I'm a big movie guy, so I go to the movie theaters and then
Okay,
I always try to catch a film or something like that. And then I also like making myself a meal because it's like the one day out of the week where we're not getting home late and I could just like sit down and maybe make a steak or some rice and beans or whatever. So yeah,
so I gotta ask. I'm recently married, so my wife is a huge movie theater person. I hadn't been to a theater in probably 8 years before I, met her and she
yeah.
started making me go to all these. Have you seen anything good lately?
F1, that was phenomenal.
Okay.
Really good. I don't even like F1 cars. Like I never heard. I don't know much about the sport, but
Same.
that movie made me way more interested in the whole world of race cars and all that. It's a
Yeah.
great film. Brad Pitt's good in it. So yeah, I recommend that.
I'm nervous to watch it. I want to watch it. Like you said, Brad Pitt's great in it. I want to watch it, but I know I'm going to have to watch the Netflix, The Drive to Survive, F1. They do like, I don't know if you're into golf, but they do like similar to The Full Swing on
Never seen it.
Netflix.
No.
Yeah, apparently it's good. I'm not even into F1. I might watch it. So,
Yeah. The racing
uh,
scenes are insane too. Like makes you feel like you're actually in the car with the guy. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
okay. I might put that one on the list. That one's up there. All right. That's good to know. All right, I got one last question here for you. So obviously we are heading towards mid-August. We are approaching the end of the year. Before you know it, it will be here. So for yourself, do you have any goals in mind you want to hit by the end of the year, whether they're statistical or personal goals or anything? Like, what do you want to accomplish by the end of the 2025 season?
Keep throwing as much as I can and just finish strong. I mean, I'm not trying to put like a certain number that I'm looking for in my mind. I just want to continue what I've been doing in the month of July and June and just finish as good as possible. I probably will play winter ball this year too. So yeah,
Where are you thinking about going?
I play with the Estrellas in Dominican Republic.
Very good squad.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, cool. Well, Sammy, I very much appreciate all the time. Obviously, wishing you best of luck and for the rest of 2025 and wherever you do in the year. But thank you so much for doing this.
yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.